The United States has been blessed with a cornucopia of valuable natural resources. The wise use and management of these resources has resulted in this country being economically strong and one of the world leaders. These natural resources are primarily found in federal public lands. Many of the western states have a large acreage of this federal land. For example, Oregon has 53+% of federal land ownership within its boundaries. Because these public lands cannot be taxed, Congress recognized this and appropriately made provisions for payment in lieu of taxes. In some cases, uses the receipts from the development of these resources to cover the cost for those. Numerous laws have been passed over the years for guidance in managing these public lands. One of those laws was the O&C Act of 1937. That particular act made provisions for making monies available to 18 western counties in Oregon to assure economic stability for communities and industries. And it called for payment of 50% of the timber sale revenues to go to the counties. Over the years, these counties, because of the timber receipts, have received millions of dollars. For example, the fiscal year 1989 and 90, Jackson County received over $17 million. Then in 1994, President Clinton's Northwest Forest Plan significantly reduced the allowable sale quantity for each year from about 2 billion board feet down to only 220 million board feet. And because of numerous frivolous lawsuits, not even that level of harvest was attained. So therefore there was a big drop in the county revenues. And for example, in 2014, Jackson County only got $2.8 million from timber revenues. In addition, there were numerous laws passed to address environmental protection in multiple uses and resource management. These laws had good intent, but unfortunately they were improperly misused and abused by interest groups who did not agree with or like the proposed federal actions. In some cases, projects could be delayed for a very long time or even stopped merely for the cost of a postage stamp and a letter of objection. Frivolous lawsuits were enacted to delay, raise the cost, or even stop some of these proposed projects. Interest groups such as the environmental activists have filed costly and time-delaying lawsuits. And because of the increase of such lawsuits, the county revenues really took a big drop, or in some cases were almost eliminated. This is important because counties rely heavily on these receipts and revenues for their operations and providing service to the public. But as a result of these significant drops or elimination of budgets, some of the 18 counties are nearing bankruptcy. And some of the key factors that are impacted by these major drops in county revenues are major programs such as law enforcement, maintenance of county roads, public safety, and public facilities. There's another factor as far as the misuse and abuse of these frivolous lawsuits. It's costing the taxpayers immensely because public funds are used to pay for these lawsuits. In some cases, it's known that environmental activists have actually used funds from lawsuits to help fund their organizations and operations. And currently, frivolous lawsuit plaintiffs have no financial commitment or economic responsibility for the cost of these lawsuits. Therefore, the misuse and abuse of these frivolous lawsuits need to be changed so that the plaintiffs have a financial commitment and economic responsibility, such as making them provide a security bond to file along with a lawsuit to address these increasing costs. If such litigation procedures aren't changed, then county revenues will continue to precipitously decline and very much impact the ability of counties to carry out their operations and services to the public.